A firm hosts an internal web service on EC2 instances situated behind an application load balancer. Currently, the auto-scaling group is restricted to a single availability zone. To improve the application's high availability, what steps should the CloudOps engineer perform? Option A, adjust the auto-scaling group's maximum instance count to match peak workload demands. Option B, adjust the auto-scaling group's minimum instance count to match peak workload demands.
Option C, modify the auto-scaling group settings to span instances across an additional availability zone within the same region. Option D, modify the auto-scaling group settings to span instances across an additional availability zone in a different region. At its core, this question tests your understanding of high availability. It is about designing systems that remain operational even when specific components experience a failure. When we talk about infrastructure, we often look at how we can distribute our resources to survive localized hardware or data center outages. Think about what architectural changes effectively build that kind of resilience against localized failures versus changes that merely affect how many resources we have or where they are physically located across different geographic areas. In my view, the correct answer is option C. To achieve true high availability, we need to ensure that the service can continue to run even if a single availability zone experiences a failure. By updating the auto-scaling group to distribute instances across an additional availability zone within the same region, you effectively create a fault-tolerant architecture that can handle a localized outage without taking the entire web service offline. Why are the other options not the best choice? Options A and B focus on capacity planning. Increasing the instance count simply gives you more resources, but it does not solve the redundancy issue if all those instances remain in the same failing zone. Option D is overkill for basic high availability. Spanning regions is generally a disaster recovery strategy, which is much more complex and costly than simply spanning zones. For the exam, always remember to prioritize multi-zone for HA.